if you are able to confidently talk in front of people, you grow as a person, you grow as a leader.
Namaskar everyone, and today on the third day of Navratri, we honor goddess Chandraghata, symbolizes by the color grey, which represents balance, neutrality, and calmness. This fierce 10-armed goddess rides a tiger to vanquish evil. And before we dive into the discussion, the WeN India Awards are in November 2024. And if you are running any business or you think you deserve a recognition, registrations for awards are open and go and apply today. This year, WeN India has chosen 9N of Navratri as our theme. And today, our Nari Shakti talk show will focus on N for Nayika, leader. And for that, I welcome Shweta Jalan with us today. Hello,
Thank
Shweta.
you so Thank you so much, Vandita. It's my pleasure to be in this show.
Yeah, I will just request you to introduce yourself to our viewers.
Sure. I'm Shweta Jalan. I am working as a senior engineer manager in Pega Systems. I am also very passionate about being a communication trainer for kids. And I am a mother of an 18-year-old. He's a footballer as well as he is now been studying in IIT Madras. So I feel very proud that I've been working as a leader, and I want to share some leadership qualities with you so that it can help a lot of your audience.
Great. So, Shweta, as you are working in leadership line, as you said, so do you think that leadership quality help to develop a person's personality as well?
Absolutely. So, first of all, Vandita, leadership is not a destination, or being a leader is not a destination. It's a journey, because a leader is exposed to lot of people as well as lot of situations and circumstances in the corporate world, if I have to say, and that we can bring it at home as well. So, as a leader, first of all, the first thing that makes you a great leader is being invested in your people. So, when you say invested in your people who report onto you, and you are leading a team, say, for example, if you're invested in their growth and learning, that is what makes you a great leader. And that happens by a very honest and very nicely given feedbacks to people. Now, when you give feedback as a leader, you tend to give it in a nice way. First of all, you encourage people, and then you give a feedback to how to improve in their current scenario. Same thing, you bring it at home, right? You have your child, you talk to your husband, you talk to your parents and in-laws, and everybody, you will have to have the feedbacks. Now, that I learned in my corporate world, I started putting it at home. And believe me, when you start encouraging people, right, that helps you to grow as a leader and gives you a lot of personality traits that makes you lovable for the people.
Okay. So these days, I will say I can relate it to the kids as well. These days, a lot of people complain that their kids are not, they are more introvert and they are more into their digital gadgets and all those things. So, do you think this public speaking for kids will be a good something which can develop a leadership quality or their personality, which is very different from the people who are more engaged in the digital gadgets?
Absolutely. You bring a great point. So, this public speaking, if you see, now what is public speaking? If you can speak in front of a crowd confidently, making no mistakes while talking. I will not say mistakes, but there are so many fillers that you would talk. There are, like the way I'm using ums and all. So, if you are able to confidently talk in front of people, you grow as a person, you grow as a leader. Now, coming to the question about having public speaking skills, I personally feel public speaking should be a skill that should be included from the school itself, because that exposes you to how to interact yourself between people. And that's a very, very important skill to have if you are a leader. If you cannot communicate, if you cannot articulate what you want to tell to your team, to your audience, you lose the trust of the people from that time.
Hmm.
Now, how to learn these skills? This is a practice that we will have to do. It is not something that we learn it and we mug it and we give the exams. Now, how to stand in front of the people? What are the gestures that you have to do? How have to you have to use your power, your pitch, your pauses? All of those things are being learned as a in the communication skills training that we do, and this is very, very important. As I said, if you cannot convey what you want to do in front of people, then you cannot be a good leader, right? So, this skill, as I always talk to schools, and I always give my opinion that this skill should be a mandatory subject or a mandatory skills that we should be doing it in the schools itself, because that's where the age of the children are tender. They learn everything and they will take it up to their jobs, to their leaders, and one day they will become a great leader.
Hmm. Absolutely. I mean, I think speaking in public is one thing, and speaking to the public where we engage them as well. That is what your point is saying. So it's quite good and impressive to have some quality like that, because else sometimes people just blabber in front of others and they think they are doing a public speaking. That is not public speaking. Engaging the crowd is a big skill.
Crowd, and making sure your crowd is with you when you are talking, they are listening to you.
Yes,
That is public speaking. Yes.
correct. So moving on from kids to women, do you think uh, a woman can be a great leader?
It is not think. I
Huh,
believe
huh,
women are great leaders. We have so many qualities as women that makes us different from men. And I don't want to mix any words here. The first quality that we have is empathy. As women, we learn empathy from a very young age. We learn this attitude of being considerate with others and being empathetic with others.
hmm,
And this quality, if any leader has, he or she is a leader of masses, because you start caring for people, you start understanding people from their point of view. And this quality, my dear friend Vandita, is something that women has inherently. The other qualities that women as leaders have is the skill of multitasking. People would say focused hours, you don't need to do multitasking, and the men are not good at multitasking. Women, from the early age, what all we have to do, think about so many responsibilities that we are given at home from an early age. And I am not and I don't think men do or give or be given that kind of responsibilities. When I was a kid, I remember I was given a responsibility to even cook. And if the house helps is not coming at home, I had to help my mother. I had to study. I had to go to school and everything. And while my brother just had to study, eat, and go to school. So we had to help at home and everything. And we learn that multitasking skills because we also have that much of time and we have to also excel in everything that we do. Now, multitasking is not that we are not focused on things. Multitasking is to do things together so that we finish our work at a time. Now, I'll take a very small example of how do we cook food at home. Now, we have like sabzi, dal, and roti that have to be cooked. If we have to do sequentially,
mm,
We will first finish sabzi, then we will do dal, and then we will make a dough, and then we will put a roti. Now, from all this that we have done, now what we will do, we will put the sabzi, we will put the dal. By the time the sabzi is being made, we will make the dough, and we will finish the work at the lesser number of time.
correct.
So multitasking is something that we have learned being a girl in Indian society, where we have to manage so many things. Now this skill comes very handy when you are leader, because when you are leading a team of so many people, there are a lot of things that you have to multitask on. There is blockers that are coming, blocker bugs. That means there are issues that are coming in your team. There is people management that you have to do. There are feedbacks that you would have to give in. There are a lot of other things in the company that you would have to take care. And remember, we are also a person who takes care families. We are also a person who takes care children. So we do multitask, making sure that we focus on one thing at a time. But these two skills,
Mm.
a woman is a master of, and that can make a woman a great leader.
So yes, Shweta, you made a good point. It brings me to this next question. Why I asked the previous question was because though we know as a woman that we have the leadership quality and all, but still we see very less women in leadership roles in corporate. So what can be the reason for it, and what can we do about it?
Yes, you're right. We have less leaders as women in corporates. That's a harsh truth. And in my journey of 18 plus years of working, I have just understood one big reason for it is, so if you start, people are entering into the job world same, matlab, we have boys and girls coming into our corporate world. As and when we grow, okay, when they come in the mid leadership positions, what is happening is girls goes into a marriage,
Mm,
kids, and having their in-laws and their parents and everything at home. And somewhere they feel that it is too much for me to take,
mm,
and they drop out from the corporate world. I will tell you, every woman wants to work,
mm,
every woman wants to be financially independent, but
mm,
because of these few reasons, they leave.
mm,
One question we should ask ourselves:
mm,
did the boy leave the corporate world with because he or she, because he also has the same responsibilities, he
mm,
also has the kid, he also has the family right now, did he leave? Then
mm,
why do we think that we have to leave this to take care of the other things at place at our house?
mm,
Very important for us women is to build a supportive ecosystem around.
mm,
Women tend to be perfect in everything, and it is that we have been inculcated with, when we are struggling at that time where we have to manage our house, where we have to manage our kids, when we have to manage our food at home, and stuffs like this, we forget to take help and keep a supportive environment around us.
mm,
It is okay, we have to tell ourselves it's okay if we don't, if we don't cook for a day. It is
mm,
okay to have cook maids around. It
mm,
is okay to have a support that will help your children to grow. Now,
mm,
pre-COVID time, I was a mother of a pre-COVID time. We did not used to get a work from home as well. But
mm,
today, world has changed. We are flexible. We do a lot of flexibility for women who want to come. But still, I feel that they are not so confident that they can take care of two things. I will say what you have to tell yourself every third month, that or 6 months, I would say, sustain. And that's what I have been doing.
mm,
When my kid was 3 year old, and I was also in a verge of giving up because of so many things going at home and then in corporate world, I told to myself, just 6 more months, Shweta. And after that 6 months, I told myself, just 6 more months, Shweta.
mm,
Just sustain for 6 more months. I know you are having a lot of tough time. I know you are having, you have to give a lot of time and energy everywhere, but
mm,
sustain yourself for just 6 months.
mm,
And believe me, that 6 months became so many years for me.
mm,
So this is very, very important for a woman because you have to be working, you have to have your individuality, you will have to take care of yourself financially, because in
mm,
today's world we have to be financially independent as well,
mm,
right? Do not give up, do not give up, and build a supportive system around you.
mm,
And it's okay not to be perfect in everything.
mm,
Sometimes during the mid-level leadership I have seen, because and many women drop. To the women who have not dropped also, they find difficult in growing at a level. That's fine. Everybody
mm,
has their own journey, everybody has their own way of growing up.
mm,
But if you sustain and if you come as leaders in corporate world,
mm,
you are going to make an awesome leader as a woman.
mm. I totally agree to it. And I will say that when it comes to make a group of women who can support you, your support group and all, though women are earning, but they feel hesitant to hire a maid or a cook or a helper. Though
Exactly.
it becomes a help for them, and then it is the things get relaxed also because you have somebody else to take care of that stuff. But
Absolutely.
still, they somewhere women don't feel that confident on spending their earnings on themselves.
Exactly. Gift yourself, gift
Yes.
yourself. I do a lot of things. I'm so tired at the end of the week and I give myself a good spa
Mm.
because I earn it,
Yes, yes,
right?
definitely.
So you have to spend it on yourself because that's
Yeah.
what you're doing. And one thing I would want to mention, Vandita, the great thing that the WeN India is doing, bringing entrepreneurs together, helping them to grow. I think these are some support groups where women join and they can make their entrepreneurship, their business to grow.
Mm.
And I congratulate WeN India to do these things for women who are helping them to grow, letting them to be financially independent, and also, giving them that support system
Mm.
so that they can be independent. So great work job. A great job, guys.
Thank you. And I will also like to have some view of yours. That is something very common in ladies and women, that what we say is as a guilt trip. After every time they get a little success, or they go on a ladies trip or they enjoy, they go on their guilt trip, that okay, maybe I avoided something and that's why, and I did this for myself. So what are your suggestions for the ladies who are more they don't understand that guilt trip is not something what they should be taking it for.
I'll tell you a very small story,
Mm,
and it happened with me.
mm,
And that was a very big eye opener for myself.
mm,
There was a lady in my next balcony whom I used to see taking care of family, taking care of children, taking care of her father-in-law and husband at home. And we never used to talk so much because I had my own course to take care, and there was only a small smile that we used to pass
mm,
to each other.
mm,
And she took a choice of being in the home, and I used to respect that.
mm,
In COVID, and I'm very sad to say that during the second wave, she was no more.
mm,
And when I see that family, I thought, how will they live?
mm,
You know, because she was taking care of each and everything while she could go out,
mm,
she never did.
mm,
And after some days, with lot of courage, I went to her house and I wanted to understand how they were coping up.
mm,
Now they have one person who takes care of the ailing father-in-law, two maids at home, and when I was there, husband was in gym. I mean, he was taking care of his own fitness.
Mm.
So things don't stop.
Yes.
Things never stop. We think that we are so important that without us, things will not work. And we stop taking care of ourselves. We stop taking help, and we stopped, we stop enjoying ourselves as well.
Mm.
So this incident in my life changed a lot of things from my perception.
Mm.
Anytime I feel that this is the only thing, or this is one thing that I can only do, I
Mm.
would say, stop, Shweta.
Mm.
Do you really think this is what you have to do, or
Mm.
you can only do?
Mm.
Sorry.
Mm.
And that has changed myself. And people
Mm.
usually, girls go into this guilt trip.
Mm.
Oh, I have to, take care of my son
Mm.
who is a 12-year-old or
Mm.
13-year-old.
Mm.
I cannot go out because the son will come
Mm.
and what he will eat.
Mm.
Sorry, the son will eat. Just give a phone call saying, this is there inside a fridge. Take
Mm.
it out and eat. Let him be independent.
Mm.
Let him know what is the value of food at that time. But you go, take your time, take your day off, take something that you want to do in your life,
Mm.
right? So stop being felt, yeah, that you're so important in life that nothing can happen without you.
Mm.
This small incident, Vandita, changed so many things in my life.
Mm. So I'll agree. Like the ladies enjoy the crown of being irreplaceable, but that crown is actually holding them back also. So don't be irreplaceable. There are multiple things what you can do. You can hire your mates. You can talk to friends. You can join self-help groups. You should have somebody to vent out also. You should have one of the friend where you need to vent out. And then
True.
definitely all the ladies have a trait of being a leader, and they can go out and do everything and achieve everything what they want, like everybody else.
Like everybody
Yes.
else, we
Yes.
have dreams. We know what we want in life. So don't stop yourself. Be an unstoppable person.
Yeah.
And believe me, a happy wife is equal to happy life. If you are happy in your world, in your whatever you do, you can make everybody around you happy.
Absolutely.
And that's the secret of an happy life. So, first of all, take care of yourself to be happy, what you want to do in life.
First, become leader of your own. Show yourself a
Exactly.
right path, and then show it to others as well. Be a Nayika for
Absolutely.
your life and for everyone, right?
That's so true. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Shweta, for joining us, and thank you, everyone. And we'll end the show today. Do you have any ending comments for our viewers, Shweta?
Ending comments is only one quote that I always tell myself. If you want to see the change from Mahatma Gandhi, if you want to see the change, you be the change. So if you want to have something change in your life, in your goal, in your personality as a leader, you want to grow, be the change yourself, and you are going to inspire a lot of other people to change. So that's my ending thing. Thank you so much, Vandita, for having me, and thank you, WeN India, for doing such a great job for women entrepreneurs. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much, and happy Navratri to everyone. Thank